War movies love to show heroic charges, slow-motion explosions, and handsome soldiers shouting motivational speeches before running into gunfire. That's not how this works. A real day in a World War II trench doesn't start with inspiring music. It starts with mud in your mouth, cold water in your boots, and the uncomfortable realization that you somehow survived the night, which is already an achievement, because the night is when things usually go wrong. Our story begins just before sunrise, somewhere in Europe, on a front line that barely exists anymore, except on badly drawn maps and in the nightmares of the men who are stuck here. Private Thomas Miller is 19 years old. 19. 2 years ago, his biggest problem was whether his football team would win on Saturday. Now his biggest problem is whether an artillery shell will remove his head before breakfast. He wakes up in a trench that smells like wet socks, rotting food, and unresolved trauma. The walls are made of sandbags, wooden planks, and pure desperation. Above him, grey clouds hang low, as if even the sky doesn't want to look at this place. His uniform is still wet from yesterday. It will remain wet tomorrow, and the day after, and probably forever. Dry clothes are a myth, like unicorns or competent military planning. Thomas tries to move his legs. Bad idea. His boots feel like concrete blocks. Inside them, his feet are pale, swollen, and halfway to becoming medical exhibits. Trench foot. A glamorous war souvenir. If he's lucky, he'll keep his toes. If not, well, at least he won't need socks anymore. Around him, other soldiers slowly wake up. Some cough, some swear, some stare into nothing. One guy named Harris is arguing with a rat, not metaphorically, an actual rat. The rat is sitting on a crate, chewing on something that used to be food, or maybe used to be a person. It's hard to tell. The rat wins the argument. Breakfast arrives, if you can call it that. A tin can of something brown. Nobody knows what it is. Nobody wants to know. They just eat it, cold, with dirty spoons, sometimes with fingers, sometimes with regret. Thomas takes a bite. It tastes like sadness, and metal, probably from the can, or from his soul. Nearby, Sergeant Walker lights a cigarette. He's been here for 3 years, which in trench time is roughly equivalent to being immortal. His face looks older than his birth certificate. Wrinkles carved by explosions. Eyes that have seen too much and now refuse to see anything properly. Another beautiful morning, Walker says. Nobody laughs. Because if you laugh too much here, people start assuming you've gone insane, which is bad for your reputation. After breakfast comes waiting. Waiting is the main activity of war. Not fighting, not shooting. Waiting. Waiting for orders. Waiting for shells. Waiting for death. The men lean against muddy walls. Clean their rifles for the 10th time. Write letters they're not sure will be delivered. Thomas takes out a crumpled photo. It's his family. His mother. His younger sister. A house that still has walls. He wonders if they're eating breakfast right now. Probably something warm. Probably without rats. Must be nice. Around noon, the sound starts. A distant thump. Then another. Then many. Artillery. Someone mutters, "Here we go." Shells begin landing nearby. The ground shakes. Dirt rains down. Wood splinters. A sandbag explodes like a pillow filled with nightmares. Men press themselves against trench walls. Thomas covers his head. He doesn't pray. He forgot how. A shell lands too close. Way too close. The blast throws him into the mud. His ears ring. Everything becomes white noise. When he opens his eyes, someone is screaming. It's Private Lewis. Or what's left of him. His leg is gone. Just gone. Like someone deleted it. Blood pours out. A medic rushes over, presses bandages, shouts for help. Lewis keeps screaming for his mother. He is 24. A grown man, begging like a child. 10 minutes later, he's silent. Nobody says anything. Because what's the point? By afternoon, the shelling stops, which is never good. Silence in war is suspicious. Like when your phone stops vibrating during an argument, it means something terrible is coming. And it does. Whistles blow. Officers shout, "Stand ready!" Enemy movement! Thomas grips his rifle. His hands shake. He tries to stop them. They don't listen. Smoke rises. Figures appear in the distance. Enemy soldiers running, shouting, shooting. Everything happens at once. Gunfire erupts. Bullets snap overhead. Men fire wildly. Nobody aims properly. Aiming is for shooting ranges. This is panic. Thomas fires. He doesn't know at whom. He just shoots. Reloads. Shoots again. A man next to him gets hit in the neck. He falls without a sound. Just collapses like a puppet with cut strings. Thomas doesn't even look. He can't. If he looks, he might stop. If he stops, he dies. Explosions, smoke, screaming. Someone throws a grenade. It lands too close. Boom! 3 men disappear. Not metaphorically, literally. They were there. Now they are somewhere else. After what feels like hours, but is probably 15 minutes, it ends. The attack fails. The enemy retreats. The trench is still theirs. Congratulations, they won, which means they lost fewer people than the other side. That's what winning looks like now. The smoke clears, bodies lie everywhere. Some are theirs, some aren't. It doesn't matter. They all look the same. Still, broken, quiet. Thomas sits down. His legs stop working. Walker hands him a cigarette. He doesn't smoke. He takes it anyway. His hands are covered in blood. He doesn't know whose. Evening comes. They gather the dead. Search pockets for letters, for photos, for anything to send home. They line bodies up, cover faces. Someone whispers names. Someone cries quietly. Someone laughs. Because grief breaks people in creative ways. Dinner is another camp. Still cold, still awful. Nobody complains. Night falls. Thomas is assigned to watch duty. He stands in the darkness, rifle ready, eyes burning. Every shadow looks like an enemy. Every sound feels like death approaching. Wind moves a piece of cloth. He almost shoots it. A rat runs past. He almost shoots that too. He thinks about Lewis, about the man who fell, about home, about whether he'll ever feel normal again. Probably not. At midnight, he's relieved. He lies down in the mud, uses his helmet as a pillow, stares at the sky. Stars are visible, beautiful, completely inappropriate. Somewhere far away, people are dancing, drinking, falling in love. Here, men are counting how many friends they have left. Thomas closes his eyes. He survived today, which is good. Tomorrow, he'll do it again, and again, and again, until he doesn't. Because in the trenches of World War II, you don't fight for glory. You don't fight for medals. You fight because the alternative is a wooden box and a letter to your mother. Private Thomas Miller lived through this day. Many didn't. And even for those who survived, a part of them stayed in the mud forever.